if you don't put intentional time, effort, and energy into becoming the best version of yourself, you cannot live an extraordinary life. And in the first 30 seconds of this video, let me let you in on the secret to self-improvement. The secret to self-improvement is this. You have to believe, truly believe, that your biggest goals and dreams can be achieved on the other side of your personal self-improvement. It's that simple, but it's that important. Truly, how much time, effort, and energy are you giving to your own self-improvement? Are you focused on becoming the best version of yourself? Because if you're not, you can't achieve your biggest dreams and goals. The secret to self-improvement is truly knowing that there's a big reward on the other side of it. Because if you don't believe that there's something really incredible on the other side of your self-improvement, if you think it's just this superficial, I'll do it when I have time and it's kind of nice and maybe I can read a self-help book once in a while. If that is your approach, if you're taking a casual approach to your self-improvement, then it's not going to work for you as well as it could. But if you truly are committed to becoming the best version of yourself, to achieving big goals and big dreams, then you got to make self-improvement a priority. And I think if you're right now trying to figure out how do I maximize my energy and time that I put into my self-improvement, I want to give you 5 specific areas that right now in the current world environment that we're in, I believe are the most important 5 areas to master in your life. And by the way, mastery is about a gradual practice towards greatness in those particular areas. Mastery is not really this thing of one day you're going to land as a master of these things. It's about continually making strides towards improvement. That's the concept of self-improvement. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. So the 5 areas I'd suggest right now in today's day and age that you really need to master. Number 1 is your mindset. And specifically what I mean is, how are you thinking about today versus the future? Do you have an optimistic mindset? Are you staying positive and hopeful? Do you believe that the future is going to be better than the past or the present? Because if you don't actually believe that the future is going to be better than the present, then you won't work on your self-improvement. You won't put in the effort. You won't invest the energy necessary to get to where you want to go. Look, again, back to this concept of, is the reward worth it? I've heard it said before that the payoff has to be worth the pain. And sometimes, very often, there's pain in self-improvement. And it has to be that way. It's like going to the gym. If you're really lifting heavy weights that's challenging your muscles, it's painful. But in that pain, there's growth. And in that growth is the payoff, the thing you want, to be stronger, to look more fit, to feel more vibrant and alive. So the first thing I got to tell you is you got to train and condition your mind to believe, truly believe, that the future will be better than the present. And it's something you can condition. I talk about journaling all the time. I'll put a link in the description to a video I did specifically on starting a journaling or keeping a journaling practice. I believe that when you put pen to paper over and over and over again, you wire your brain and your nervous system to believe whatever it is you're writing down. Likewise, how often you think the thoughts that you want to think, that will be the determinant of if you wire your brain for what you want. Meaning, if you're not thinking the thoughts you want to think on a consistent, regular basis, you're just thinking whatever kind of is fed to you by the news media, by people around you, by whatever's coming your way. If you're taking command and taking charge of your thoughts, you can wire your brain to believe anything. You can wire your brain to believe that the future is better than the present. And I wrote this book called Attract Your Potential, getting a lot of traction on it. I'm really excited about it. Would love for you to take a peek at it. I'll put a link in the description. But I wanted to share with you, I wrote a section on hope. Probably couldn't see that as I held it up, but hope. And there's a quote that really just grabbed my heart that I had to put in here. It's a quote by a guy named Samuel Smiles. He wrote, "Hope is the companion of power and the mother of success. For whoso hopes strongly has within him the gift of miracles." I truly believe that hope is one of the most powerful forces in our life. It's that thing that keeps our fire burning brightly, even in the dimmest of times, even in the darkest of times. We have the opportunity to hope for a bigger, better, brighter future, and that hope will enliven you to keep going on your journey of self-improvement. And as you work on building that skill of your mindset and having optimism and a positive attitude for the future, you will become a better version of yourself, and you will start to achieve bigger and better goals and attract the right people to you so that you can attract your potential. The second area that I really believe you've got to master in these times specifically is your emotions. Are you actually doing things to work on your emotional regulation skills? It's very often called emotional intelligence. Sometimes it's called emotional regulation. I prefer to call it emotional regulation just because sometimes people have this presupposition that intelligence, you either have it or you don't. So when sometimes people hear the word emotional intelligence, they're like, am I emotionally intelligent or not? I can't work on it. The true concept of intelligence, if you understand its origins, especially as it relates to the IQ test, which was originally to test people's intelligence level from an academic standpoint, it was put in place, the IQ test was put in place to track progress, to say, where are you at today and where can you get to be in the future? Most people think IQ is fixed, but the reality is you can grow it. Just like you can grow your intelligence in any area of your life, you can grow your emotional intelligence, but for the purposes of this video, let's call it emotional regulation. Your ability to manage and take charge of your emotional state is really vital for your ability to make self-improvement in the way that you want to achieve the big goals and dreams that you have. And so what I'd suggest to you is finding books, watching videos, grabbing my book where I talk a lot about emotions in my book, Attract Your Potential. I truly believe that when you start to master your own emotional state and you can manage and regulate your emotions more effectively, more quickly, you're in a better position to be the best version of yourself. And then the third point really aligns with this, which is master your communication. When you can communicate effectively with other people and with yourself, anything is possible for you. First of all, I believe human potential is virtually limitless, so you've got that going for you anyway. But if you really master your ability to communicate a message, a feeling to another human, to a group of people, and to yourself, gosh, you will take yourself to another level. So many people struggle with their ability to communicate their feelings, their messages, what they want to get across to another person. If you truly work on that skill and you believe the reward, the payoff is worth the pain, put in the effort, step up, take chances, communicate with people in experimental ways, like test out new communication skills that you learn from reading books or from watching YouTube videos or listening to podcasts. Test them out, get feedback, see what works, and just keep going. I can promise you that if this year and moving forward, you work on your ability to communicate effectively, your life will drastically change. You will find new opportunities. In fact, you won't just find them, they'll come to you. I absolutely believe that. Master your communication skills, which includes your ability to master your emotions. So both are really tied and connected extremely well. If you want to communicate effectively with other people, all communication, for the most part, especially interpersonal communication, involves emotions. All of it involves emotions. We cannot eliminate emotions from conversations because we cannot eliminate emotions from humans. And so if you master your ability to regulate your emotions, to take charge of your emotional state, and you work on your communication skills, then you'll be in a better position to achieve your bigger goals, your biggest goals and dreams even faster. And so the last thing I'd say is really tied to that communication piece and the emotions piece, your relationships. Are you working on your relationships? If you're not, you need to be. And I know life happens, we get busy, things get crazy, but specifically, yes, all relationships, but specifically your most intimate, close relationships, like a spouse, partner, significant other, your closest friends and family. For me, it's really important that I'm very intentional with developing my relationship with my wife and with my children. And I want to be super purposeful about the way I approach those relationships. And you can work on your self-improvement in that area every single day. Every single day. Even if this person you're thinking of that you want to develop a relationship with isn't someone you meet every day or talk with or interact with every day, you can work on that relationship every day by working on yourself, by working on your own self-improvement. Back to all of the points we've already touched on, all of these things are interconnected, intertwined in such a way that when you work on one, you influence the others. And by the way, I said the last thing I was going to talk about was building relationships. But actually, the last thing I want to mention is your physical fitness and health. For me, vibrancy and aliveness is the foundation for many of these other things that I've touched on. If you want to have a great mindset, you want to be better at staying optimistic and positive and hopeful, you got to feel great. If you want your mind to work in an optimal level with your mindset, you've got to feel great. And feeling great often comes from eating great food, from moving your body. These are simple things that we just need reminded of, because very often we're like, yeah, I'll get to that later. Maybe it's not that important. I'm here to tell you right now that your health, your wellness, your physical fitness and vibrancy and energy are vital for becoming the best version of yourself, from really working on your self-improvement, and for achieving your biggest goals faster. You know, if you feel great, you're in a better position to manage and regulate your emotions. If you feel great, you communicate great. If you feel great, you're going to connect better with the people in your life. So right now, make a decision that you will master these areas, that you will start to work on these areas of your own self-improvement so you can become the best version of yourself, achieve extraordinary results, and live an amazing life. And to live an amazing life, to work on self-improvement, requires fuel and energy and excitement and enthusiasm and inspiration. And if you want to stay fired up, inspired, and encouraged to become your best self, go and watch this video right now that's popping up on the screen, because I know it will serve you moving forward. All of us face obstacles and challenges in our life, and I know that if you're going through something right now, big or small, if you just keep going and you never quit, you will win, you will succeed, you will achieve your goals. So my friend, just keep going.